Good morning, folks. My name is Evan Smith. I'm the pastor at Second Presbyterian Church here in downtown Stanton, and I'm coming to you today for your daily video devotional. Today we're in the book of Psalms, and it's a passage that I think can be quite relevant to us today. In Psalm 116, and it's a psalm of thanksgiving for recovery from an illness. And so let's hear that word now. I love the Lord because he has heard my voice and my supplications, because he inclined his ear to me. Therefore I will call on him as long as I live. The snares of death encompassed me. The pangs of Sheol laid hold on me. I suffered distress and anguish. Then I called on the name of the Lord. O Lord, I pray, save my life. What shall I return to the Lord for all his bounty to me? I will lift up the cup of salvation and call on the name of the Lord. I will pay my vows to the Lord in the presence of all his people. So the psalmist is just saying, I thought I was close to death. When he talks about like the pangs of Sheol, that was like the afterlife. It was this idea. They didn't have a clear concept of heaven and hell. It was this like gray, murky area where all the dead lived. And he's saying like, I felt that close to me. And so I turned to God and I asked God for healing, and God healed them. And so what he's saying, what am I going to do? I'm going to give thanks to God. I'm going to pay my vows in the presence of all the people. I'm going to continue to honor God. You know, in the midst of our time of so many people getting COVID-19 and becoming sick and so many deaths, I've read a lot of stories, though, about people who are not normally praying people who've prayed. I think that's pretty normal, in fact, that in the midst of sickness, in the midst of something that feels like it's so out of our control, to turn to God. And that's great. I mean, God welcomes these prayers, absolutely. But let us also remember that even after everything's done, we need to continue praying to God and to give God thanks. So if we have gotten sick and we've gotten healing, whether we recognize it as the hand of God or whether it was through a lot of work at the hospital or whatever else, God is still the one who is due all the honor and all the glory and all the praise. And so let us continue to praise God and to thank God and to, as the psalmist says, pay God the vows that we promised in the presence of all the people. And so let us always remember to give God what God is due. And that really applies not just to recovery from illness, but for all things. In our hearts, let us continue always to honor God as God. And let us hope that God will be using this time of illness and sickness to bring more and more people back to him. And that is your word of the day. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click the like button. Maybe even share it on your own page. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, and goodbye.